Hey, Anthony. Top of the morning to you, my friend. How are you? Today, we're on lesson 34, right? Cruising into a new month. First 50 lessons are the most disconcerting because everything that you have believed, every thought that you've thunked, um, are dismantled to show that they've sort of been we've placed them on an unsteady pedestal, and now they're kicked over, exposed. So we're going to wait, see if Anna shows up. And that way, there she is. Hey, Anna. After the first 50, I want to say things get easier, but I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure they do get easier. Now, after the first 50, uh, there's a review of the lessons. And then we go in, lesson 60. Yeah, I would say lesson 60 to the next, are more things need to be taken away. We need to see that how we've been thinking have given us given us the world that we experience. And people love to argue for, well, the things that I've experienced haven't been all that bad. Granted, of course they haven't. However, they've all been temporary. And what we want to do is go beyond the temporary to the permanent. And only one thing is ever permanent, and that is reality itself. Reality can never have fear. Reality is love. The world, the true world, was created in love. And the true world is expanded through love. Every loving thought is true. Every unloving thought is an illusion. However, we have given credence to non-reality, to illusions. I can't prove it to you, but you can prove it to yourself by de-investing. De-investing? Uninvesting? Which one is it? I know uninvesting. De-investing sounds so good. By de-investing, yeah, no, that's not right. But from the world that we see. Now, if you remember lesson 33, there's another way of looking at the world. 32 says, I have invented the world that I see. Let's go all the way back here. That lesson 27, 28 both say, above all else, I want to see. Above all else, I want to see things differently. And that God is in everything that I see because God is in my mind. However, when we choose the ego, we're choosing an illusion and we see illusory things. When we choose reality, which is God, which is in our mind as well, and it's the only reality that we have, then we see reality. This is the whole basis for enlightenment. So this brings us all the way to lesson 34. This is one of the most valuable lessons for me. It has stayed with me. 365 lessons. I haven't done them every year for 30 plus years, but I've done them for a lot of years, 30 plus years. And lesson 34 is one of those lessons that you can pull out of your back pocket at any time to help you navigate. I could see peace instead of this. The idea for today begins to describe the conditions that prevail in the other way of seeing. Peace of mind is clearly an internal matter. It must begin with your own thoughts and then extend it outwards. It is from your peace of mind that a peaceful perception of the world arises. 3 longer practice periods are required for today's exercises. One is in the morning and one is in the evening, are advised. One in the morning and one in the evening are advised, with an additional one to be undertaken at any time in between that seems most conducive to readiness. All applications should be done with your eyes closed. It is your inner world to which the application of today's ideas should be made. Some 5 minutes of mind searching are required for each of the longer practice periods today. Search your mind for fear. Search your mind for fear thoughts, anxiety-provoking situations, offending personality or events, or anything else about which you are harboring unloving thoughts. Note them all casually, repeating the idea for today slowly as you watch them arise in your mind, and let each one go to be replaced by the next. Hey, Lucy. If you begin to experience difficulty in thinking of specific topics, subjects, continue to repeat the idea to yourself in an unhurried manner without applying it to anything in particular. Be sure, however, not to make any specific exclusions. The shorter applications are to be frequent and made whenever you feel your peace of mind is threatened in any way. The purpose is to protect yourself from temptation throughout the day. If a specific form of temptation arises in your awareness, the exercises should be taken this form. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I see now. If the inroads of your peace of mind take the form of more generalized adverse emotions such as depression, anxiety, or worry, use the idea in its original form. If you find you need more than one application of today's idea to help you change your mind in any specific context, try it for several minutes and devote them to repeating the idea until you feel some sense of release. It will help you if you tell yourself specifically, I can replace my feelings of depression, anxiety, or worry, or my thoughts about this situation, personality, or event with peace. This has been a go-to lesson for me. This one has been tough. I have felt the full weight of loneliness, despair. There's been a sense of hopelessness. I haven't really put it out and talked about it, but it's been there. I mentioned before that through life I have suffered through low-level depression. Sometimes it deepens and sometimes it's light. Sometimes I don't even feel its touch for a long period of time. Always a sense of relief. I have managed gratefully and gracefully to have a means of navigating through this. And by no means have I ever pushed it completely aside. I think it was when I finally decided that, you know what, I don't have to push it aside, that things became lighter for me. I no longer feel like I fully suffer through depression. I go to Rumi's guest house. It feels like a visitor. One of the things that have been really helpful, of course, meditation, of course. Hey, Nino, good morning. Meditation, yoga, breath work, all of that help. All of those are immediate tools. But my practice of the Course in Miracles, lesson 34, I could see peace instead of this. All of the lessons. But this is one that you can pull out in any situation. If you are experiencing something that is not peace, it is because we are fully relating to the ego portion of the mind. The mind is split. There's the ego. The ego is not real. It's a belief construct, a thought-filled construct. It's the mistaken belief of who we are. So when we fully identify it, we get mistaken beliefs. And we see, I'm sorry, Kat. Kat says I'm not at peace. However, you could experience peace instead of what you are experiencing. I want to touch base on that because I don't want it to ever seem like bypassing. In order to feel peace, we first have to experience what we're experiencing Acknowledge it and know that there is an option. You know, Course in Miracles, yoga, Buddhism is a full-on head front approach. It takes courage. It takes courage to examine what we're going through. I love the fact that the beginning paragraph, that peace must begin with your own thoughts and then extend outwards, that expansion is always of love, projection is always of the ego. What you want to do is cultivate that peace and then extend it outwards. Here's the best way to experience peace. Here's the best way to experience love. Here's the best way to experience prosperity and abundance. Offer it, extend it, give it to others, demonstrate it. So one of the means that has been helpful for me is demonstrating peace the best that I can when I feel there might be some chaos in my own mind going on. When I feel that depression, when I feel all those many things that Rumi talks about in the guest house, all those visitors who are sweeping my house clean. It needs a good sweeping anyway. And acknowledge it. What can you do? Kat says, you have the prettiest eyes, Yogi. Thank you, Kat. I made them myself. All on my own. No help from anyone. I don't even have my big screen up. I only have one shoe on. Completely ridiculous, guys. Hey. Any questions? Let me ask a question here. If shoot, I thought I saved it, but I didn't. Hey, Kat, what was the name of that the YouTube app that I mentioned yesterday for creating stuff? I don't remember. Hey, Anthony. Anthony says, what is peace? I wouldn't say I'm depressed. I'm always running around like Lon said. I think I'm too busy and tired to really feel anything. Depression might be a luxury. How about if depression manifested itself as running around so you don't feel anything? The absence of feeling the full joy and expression of love is depression itself. Busyness is a sign of depression. If I were to pause, my world would collapse, is a sign of depression. I need to keep running around, running around. When you don't find that insula Tahiti, that inner sense of peace, an island of peace, we're experiencing depression. If you got to keep moving in order not to feel anything, I would examine what's going on. Longter says, I took my morning jog before Yogi. You did. Yeah, you did. Lucy says, some of these lessons were hard to learn, but I think I'm getting there. I feel at peace. Man, peace is no small commodity. Do you know? It's our natural state, but we live unnatural lives. We have unnatural thoughts. And we believe them. Not only do we believe them, we're invested in them. Long just said, physical exercise is so important as well, Yogi. It lowers anxiety. It makes you too tired and too busy to harp on the negative. Physical exercise is indeed important, but remember, don't use them as tools of bypassing. It's okay to have a negative thought. It's okay to be depressed. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to have whatever of the infinite things can happen. If we're always running away, if I stop, I'm going to have these negative thoughts. It keeps you in motion, and eventually you get exhausted. No one can stay in perpetual motion. Have the courage to face what's occurring in your inner world, in your heart, and then look deeper. Where are these things occurring? Who is the observer of a sad thought? Who is the witness of a broken heart? What is the eternal presence that notices every thought of despair? Find that. That's always still, it's always silent, and it's always at peace. And it is who you are. You're the witness. You are the experiencer of the experience itself. The experiencer, the witness, is never affected by the experience. But we identify so strongly with the experience, even the experience of pushing things away and pushing things away and pushing things away. Longa says, you suggested an app the other day for somebody who wants to create a channel or something like that. I believe it was the Toy Pups Live. Yeah, this was something new that I stumbled across yesterday. Because I was looking for a way of making thumbnails, of which I don't know how to do. But seems essential. Long just let's see. Hey, Mike. Did depression make me go bald? No, I was bald before. Well, I was suppressed before baldness happened. How about you? All I remember is don't forget to order an avocado. Yes, that's probably going to have to wait until next week when I do another order. Inner sense of peace. It's our inheritance. It's who we are. Hey, Lee. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you have a nice walk. Thank you. We'll have a nice walk if I ever put my other shoe on. Lee says, Anthony, it's a real pleasure to see you again. I've missed you. 1 second, guys. Yes, I said it, Kat. We got some unicorn vibes. Lee says, Susie, good morning to you. Anna says, good morning to Lee. So, you want to hear what I wrote this morning? It's about limited options and opportunities. Doesn't sound very optimistic, does it? Make sure my shoes are tied. All right. I try to be completely honest in my writing. I write what I'm experiencing. I write what I feel. Warts and all. I don't have any warts. I want to assure Kat. Kat, I don't have any warts. Sometimes it feels like there's limited options. Being without a car, struggling with emotional health, particularly loneliness and a deep uncertainty of being able to make ends meet. What I do have is a cell phone, internet connection, and a sincere desire to offer my heart to the world. So my YouTube channel has become a limitless opportunity to extend love. Just a small place to demonstrate my own commitment to caring for others. Sometimes, yes, options might seem limited. And yet, love is always the way of expansion, showing me a limitless world full of opportunities. So, and sometimes life is going to hit you hard for whatever reason life hits you hard. It's okay. That could be one thing that I could offer someone is just, it's okay. It's okay that you're sad. It's okay that you're lonely. It's okay that you're bald. I know none of you guys are bald. It's okay. Lesson 34 says, I could see peace instead of this. Seeing peace instead of this does not necessarily change the situation of which you are experiencing. Can you be at peace with that which is occurring? Is the question. The funny thing is, very often, not all the time, but very often, when you do fully realize that you can see peace instead of this, that which you are going through seems to lighten, seems to get easier. If not, change completely. Hey, Daniel. Lucy says, good morning, you too, Sebastian. All right. So questions? What do you think? Longja says, I have a very long driveway, and I'm the only person who shovels by hand. I was thinking nobody would ever help me in my mind, and 3 small neighborhood children came to help, then both their parents. Beautiful. It goes to show, don't believe your thoughts. Believe the space in which the thoughts occur. Don't believe the thoughts themselves. The 3 children showed up saying that we could see you need help. The moment I thought that I was helpless, Yogi. That shift in perception, that's the miracle. So, Kat, you have power right now. Kat, you still here? Did the power come on through the night? Were you warm enough? And it says, Happy Tuesday to you too, Daniel, and everyone. Yep, it's Tuesday. I don't know for certain, I think Duncan Walsh of Duncan Walsh Fitness Motivation, the $1 million syndrome, and I think now he's calling it Over 40 Fitness. I think he's coming up, and we're going to do a answer and question and answer. Ask Duncan. Ask Duncan. What do you want to ask him? I don't know. You tell me. And then tomorrow, Jeff Bailey's coming up. We're going to talk. Hey, Kasha. We're going to talk Yoga Mind. He's the author of the Yoga Mind, which is Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, which is the handbook of. This isn't Jeff's book, but these are the Yoga Sutras. I have like 3 or 4 copies of the Yoga Sutras. This is a really great version by Chip Hart. Man, I can't even pronounce his name. Hart Tranft. Hartranft. It's the handbook, the Bible of yoga. Anyway, he has written a sort of the connection between Patanjali's Yoga Sutras and A Course in Miracles. So it's going to be a fascinating conversation. It's tomorrow. Paul Hederman is coming up Super Bowl Sunday. Paul Hederman, we're going to talk about sobriety and non-duality. He had a very profound awakening experience. Saturday, we got the animal communicator coming up. She's a Course in Miracles student as well as a animal communicator. You want to find out what your pet's been saying about you behind your back? My cats have certainly been talking about me behind my back. I think my cats are thinking about starting their own YouTube channel. They're going to title like Things We Know About Just a Yogi. He does not scoop out our litter box every day. I know. But they get fed. They get water. My upstairs cat gets to, oh, that's another thing they're going to complain about. I don't call them by their actual names. Oh, what else? Who else do we have? So Jeff and Paul Hederman on the 11th. When is the 11th? I have no idea what's going on, guys. Next week. Lisa Wetzel, who channels the Akashic Records. So if you want to find out what are the Akashic Records, what's the sense in channeling, what information can we get from them, do we all have access to them? She's the one to ask. I have another yogi coming up, Vishali Shahim. She's coming up on the 18th. So things are cooking along, and I'm reaching out to more people every day. Hey, Tahir said hi. I appreciate you being here. Let's see. Seem Marsha? Shimarsham? Ma? I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. Let's see. How are you, Lucy? I joined you in Santa J's live. Oh, good. Seema. Thank you for that, Lucy. That I can pronounce. These cats are better entertainment than you, Yogi. Jokes. They are. I'm not going to lie. They are. Where am I watching this live? I am on the east coast of the United States. Beautiful little state, Maryland. Thank you, Lucy. Lucy says, I always share you out, Yogi Eric. Much appreciated. Good friend. Hey, Sissy. Sissy, I'm sorry I didn't see you come in. All right, let me get back. Any questions about anything? Anything that we've talked about? When I say any questions, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be able to provide an answer. It means that we have something to discuss, if we would like to discuss it. Sissy says, when I do it, it makes people jealous, not align people either. I mean, nearby. What makes people jealous? When you share people out. Kat says, yes, power came back on in a few hours later, but it gave me things to think about. Well, I hope you share those things with me later today. Oh, when I share content by dudes, and people get upset, jealous. Peace to you, my friend. Rose Ellen. Rose Ellen. That's a pretty name. Team says my live is at 10 in the morning. Please do come. Let me bring your channel up. See? And I'm going to go over and subscribe. And I'm going to hit all notification buttons. So hopefully I will see you live. But if I don't see you live, know that I will be supporting you often as I'm able. I'm going to spend some time later today on your channel. Long says, your beard makes me jealous, Yogi. No lie. My beard? My beard has a mind of its own. I think actually my beard is the only reality there is, and I'm just an extension. I'm the dream of the beard. The beard is dreaming me into existence. Longness says, thank God, Cat. One thing you can think about is, thank God you have power. Yes. I agree, Sissy. It is, I don't want to lame. I don't want to cast judgment upon another. Um, but to have that sense of insecurity and not address it, it's not normal to be that insecure. When I say not normal, what I mean is if you knew who you truly are, there's a wonderful line in the Course, if you knew who walked beside you at all times, you would never be afraid again. You would never be lonely again. You would never despair again. And it says, I've been studying so much, Yogi. I often go to the university library to feel the wonderful ambience of studying. I sometimes feel I haven't grown up really. I can understand that. Man, I used to love libraries as a kid. I still love libraries. You can't be surrounded by books and not feel their energy. All those great thoughts and great minds. Sissy says they don't realize they just tell themselves. True. The cat says it's all me. There is no one else. I'm thinking about taking responsibility for what I see. You know, one of the things I love about the Course is its talk of willingness, just a little willingness. I don't know if we need to take responsibility for everything that I see, but how about if we had a little willingness to do so? And as Corinne Zupko loves to talk about, can you have a little willingness for a little willingness? Can we ask ourselves, can I be willing? Can I be willing to consider? Sometimes you just need a little space. Cece says, Patrick and Merrick told on the lady behind the actions in August. Who's Patrick and Merrick? Anthony says, Anna, you would love the libraries and bookstores here. I'm sure of it, and no greater feeling than knowledge gained. Cass says, Sissy be spilling all the tea. This tea? Tea's been spilled? And it says, such a wonderful teacher, Yogi. I love so much studying with you and everyone each morning. Thank you, Anna. What I hope to be is a wonderful demonstrator. And what I mean is that I'm demonstrating my own navigation through some difficult times. I am demonstrating my own navigation through not knowing, not understanding. Navigating sometimes through what feels like hopelessness on my end. That's really what I want to demonstrate is that sometimes life is hard. 30 plus years of studying Course Miracles, 40 years plus years, well, not, yeah, 40. Meditation, over 40 years of yoga. Life is still life. It's different. It's different now. It's better now. It's infinitely better now. I experience a deep, deep, deep sense of peace very often. But man, sometimes life is hard. Alice says, you still overdose on your farts? Overdose. No. I have it was a problem. I'm not going to lie. There was a problem early on in life when, there was that addiction to my own farts. I set a hard line. I set a limit. I'm not going to exceed this amount. each day. And I stuck with that. I've gone to Over Farting Anonymous. We've all been there before. Face up to it. They have online meetings. I go to meetings. It was not easy to stand up in front of a room full of people and say, I'm addicted. I'm addicted to my own farts. You know why it was so difficult? Because everyone in the damn room was farting, man. I didn't want to breathe in air that was in their butt just a moment ago. But you got to do it. You got to have some courage, guys. Anyway, who was it who said that? It was Alan who said that. Alan, thank you for bringing up a very sensitive subject for a lot of people who are afraid to talk about it. But you, my friend, showed me sometimes you need to face your fears. You need to step up and just embrace it full on. Don't be afraid to be afraid. Alan, you are a visionary, a man of courage. Rare and insightful. Thank you. Monkey says, life after hair. Yes, it goes on. Life does go on without hair. You know what the difference is? Now, I'm fully waterproof. You get out of the shower, you're like, I can't go outside. It's cold out. My hair will freeze. You're not waterproof, my friend. You're not seamless. Me, I'm like a seal. Not a Navy SEAL, like an actual SEAL. I'm waterproof. I'm sleek. I'm aerodynamic. I can run into the wind with very little resistance. And it says, how you feeling now, Kat? Sissy says, sweats bounce off me more and more. Hey, Sissy, I have something to send you. I have 2 shorts to send you from someone who was supposed to come up on my channel but hasn't yet. And I need to reach out, but I'm a little afraid to now. Long just says, I used to do the PK thing to my farts in a jar. Sissy says, there is no finish line because it isn't a race or a game. Agreed. Agreed. Divine time is on time every time. Yep. QA is another place to get help. Queefs Anonymous? It is. We never know where these morning live streams are going to take us, guys. Sissy says it's very crystal clear who has been running their game behind my back. Sissy, I'm sorry that any games have been played. Floor waves at Long John. Long John's laughing. Kat says, oh my God, as she holds her nose. So, Sissy, do you have time for breath work? Do you guys really want to take a deep breath? Yes, I have time for breath work. Let's do that in just a minute. In just 1 minute. Sissy says, I'm getting better at just walking away. I hope you can walk away with love in your heart. Very often we think that love equates to allowing ourselves to be abused or continue to be abused. It does not. Just give me a second, guys. All right. We're going to do some light breathing with breath retention. We're going to breathe in through the nose for a count of 2. We're going to exhale through the nose for a count of 4, and we're going to hold the breath on the exhalation for a count of 4. We're going to do it very easy. Feel free to break this pattern if there is any disturbance in the breath, if there's any sense of anxiety or whatever. There shouldn't be. This is a very peaceful breath. Just in case there is, let's cover all bases. If you need to break the pattern, break the pattern. And then if you're able, you breathe, turn back. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do a little demonstration. I'm going to breathe in through the nose gently, lightly. Exhale for count of 4. Hold. Breathe in. Exhale. There's only the slightest pause on the inhalation, after the inhalation, and the exhalation, just the slightest. But we hold the exhalation for a count of 4. Sending hate from is. I don't know what is. Is that a lisp? Just because you have a lisp doesn't mean you need to hate. Is there no way you can start time-stamping the breath work, Yogi? I'm not sure how it works, or even if it works. There is a way. Is there any way that I could do it? Maybe. I don't know how to do it. That does not mean that I can't try to figure out how to do it. I have no problem continuing the pattern of walking away from anyone with spite towards me. I can't imagine why anyone would have any spite towards you. All right, here we go, guys. If you would like, close your eyes. And let's begin with a body scan. As you're breathing naturally, easily, in through your nose and out through your nose without trying to control any ratio, just noticing the breath. Begin at the very top of your head and gently sweep downwards, searching for any tension in those troublesome spots. The scalp, the temples, the jaw. On the exhalation, just relax those areas. Relax your neck. Breathing in, let your shoulders relax on the exhale. Relax your belly, letting it flow easily and naturally with the breath. The belly gently extending as you breathe in, falling back as you breathe out. Relax the glutes and your legs all the way down to your feet. And when you get to your feet, feel the connection with the floor. I know that the floor is deeply rooted in the earth and that even inside, your feet firmly planted on the ground, firmly planted in the earth. Rooted, connected. The same earth that connects everyone else. You are not separate. You are not apart. You are not alone. We are joined together by this connection right now. One earth beneath us, one heart shared with all of us, one mind that communicates instantly. When I say that I love you, it's here, it's now, it's true, it's real, and I love you. Bring your attention back up to your nose. And let's take a gentle breath in for a count of 2. 1, 2. Exhale for a count of 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in lightly for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4. And in for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4. And in for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, and let the breath go. Allow it to fall back into its own easy and natural rhythm, free flowing, at ease, breathing peace, exhaling peace, in and out. Keep your eyes closed. As we were feeling our connection with the earth beneath us, bring your attention now to the top of the head, 7th chakra, crown chakra. Open, receiving energy, receiving light, receiving love. Down from the top of the head, all through your body, filled with light, filled with love, filled with infinite healing opportunities for yourself, for others. You have the ability to extend this light in all directions to all beings in every situation and circumstance. This light travels through the body, healing everything that it touches. As you breathe in, that light comes down through the top and it expands through your lungs, healing, opening, loving. As you exhale, you are extending that love towards others, everyone touched by the same light. Stay in this space for as long as you wish. And when you're ready, but only when you're ready, open your eyes. And I'll see you back in the chat. Seem, I will try to make it to your live stream if I'm able. If not, I will be supporting. Anthony says, thank you, Yogi. Thank you, Yogi, that I love you felt incredible. I guess now I think about it, I haven't really heard and I love you from anyone, and that's been in my life without something to gain from me being in it. Anthony, you're welcome, my friend. Anthony, every day, and I don't know how long I've been doing this, every day I do a video where I simply look in the camera and I say I love you. Because there's someone out there who hasn't heard it today. There's someone out there who hasn't heard it in days, sometimes years. Flora says, Seema, Matten just subscribed. Sissy says, Seema, I connected. We'll visit again soon. Lucy says, that was lovely. Thank you, Lucy. Kat says, thanks, Yogi. Always catting. Sissy says, much better. Thank you. Seema says, thank you. Thank you. All from the bottom of my heart. You're welcome, my friend. Hey, Seema, do you want to reach out to anyone? We're going to be live for 5 more minutes. We're going to add you as a moderator if you want to reach out to make it easy for you. Daniel says, God bless you all. God bless you, Daniel. Flora says, amen, Yogi. Amen, Flora. Sissy says, God bless you too, Daniel. Anthony says, I guess I didn't realize how bad I needed it. Such a beautiful feeling. Thank you, brother. You are welcome. Hey, and Anthony, you want to know something? Sissy, Flora, Long John, Kat, Lucy, they all love you too. Anna, they all love you too. Susa says you are very nice and loved. Thank you. Oh, Susa asked for blue. Did she? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't see it. But I'm glad that you are. You are welcome. Longja says, what time are you going to be back on live today? Working day, but maybe a break if you go live and have somebody come on. I'll be live at 1 o'clock. I believe Duncan Walsh. Walsh is a ex-professional athlete. Amazing shape. He's not yet 60, but he's getting there. He wants to answer all of your fitness questions or your general well-being questions. But hey, if you want to get like in top shape, Duncan is the man. He's an ex-professional squash player who's a European champ, the equivalent of a world champ. Seamster says my live is at 10 in the morning. Please all be happy if you come. What time zone, Seema? Thanks for the unicorn vibes. Longjen says, Anthony, love you, brother. Tuesday evening, no guests this evening. Wednesday, Jeff Bailey, the Yogi, Course Miracles Yogi. Saturday, Nava Raphael. She's also an actress. She's a Course Miracles student. She's an animal communicator. And Paul Hederman is on Saturday. Someone was coming up Sunday, but I don't remember whom. That's right, I said whom. Oh, Paul Hederman is coming up Sunday. So I think I got that wrong. And I don't know who else. I've reached out to many people, waiting to hear back from a lot. Let's see. Anna says, I love you, Yogi. Thank you, Anna. Anna says, I love you, Long. Long just says, Anna, I love you. Steve says, I don't know English. I am writing it after translating it. Please, all of you must come to my live, but comment in Hindi. I will do my best to learn Hindi between now and 10 a.m. Long says, that would be awesome, Yogi. If you're looking forward to it. Thank you. Love you too, my friend. All right, guys, I got a walk to do. I got some videos to make. I have kettlebell swings. Today has been doing, hey, Long John, are you familiar with Pavel's Simple and Sinister program? I did this for a very long time. I'm not, it was two things, a minimalistic program. Get-ups, it used to be called Turkish get-ups. Now we just call them get-ups. And one-arm swings. You can do two-arm swings too. I'm not doing the get-ups right now because my shoulders get worked quite heavy with all the overhead stuff. Like yesterday was 3 sets of double kettlebell jerks and a 6-minute set of one-arm snatches. Anyway, those swings, shoot for 100 reps in 5 minutes or less, and they have been magic for my back lately. I let them go a little bit. It was hard to do with the endless burpees that I was doing, but now that I'm only doing burpees to warm up, I'm back to doing swings. Feeling better every day when I do it. Sissy says, it's never too late for a fresh start. True. Thank you, Flora. Sissy says, I love you too, Anna. I'm from uh Haryana. Don't know exactly where that is. I know it's in India, right? All right, guys. So 6 o'clock. I will see everyone later today. 1 o'clock, 5:25. Flungus says kettlebell swings are amazing. I watch you in that a bit, and I love kettlebells. Need to get more into them. Yeah, I put them aside for they were my standard when I was ultra running because I could do that minimalistic program. I did get ups, I did swings, and I would do some goblet squats, mainly for mobility. Um, that was a lot of my program. I couldn't do kettlebell sport and ultra run, or at least I chose not to. It's a hard combination. Um, and then when I stopped ultra running, I got into calisthenics. I was doing a lot of stuff with the parallel bars, pull ups, dips, parallel bars. And then I got into high repetition burpees and other body weight stuff, which was good, but it can wear you down. High rep burpees, and I'm talking like hundreds and hundreds, if not an occasional thousand, um, can really wear you down. I didn't realize how much. Um, and I decided to put them aside and try to get back into kettlebell sport, which is what I trained for a decade before I got into ultra running. I'm not saying that I'm doing it to compete. I just love that high repetition kettlebell stuff. I'm using lightweight compared to what I used to do. I used to train regularly with the 24s, compete with the 24s, 24 kilogram. Um, and I was working my way. I was training with the 28 kilograms and the 32 kilograms. 32 kilogram is about 70, almost 71 pounds. So I was doing 10-minute sets with 140 pounds. Right now, in my age group, I'm only supposed to compete with the 12 kilograms, which is 20 pounds, 25 pounds, 26 pounds each. But I've been able to maintain, even on a limited program, quite a bit of strength. So I'm able to compete with the 16s and train with the 16s, the 18s, sometimes the 20s. I don't know if I'll get back to the 24s. I don't even know if I want to get back to the 24s. I'm just happy doing the high repetitions with double 16s, which is about 35 to 36 pounds. Anyway, Sissy says also a chance I may not make it to every single live. Getting the house in order inside and out, literally and spiritually. Understand, Sissy, understand. Love you, my friend. Sim says, I don't understand what you're saying, brother. I am translating, writing it down. You know what? Even if you translate it and write it down, I'm still not going to make sense. I recommend just showing up and smiling and reaching out to people. We don't need to be understood, just loved. Sissy says, we love you too, bro, Star Eric. Thank you, Sissy. All right. I love you guys. I'll see y'all later.